I need to issue an apology to the court. But before I do that, run the intro. As I was saying, I need to issue an apology to the court, and the reason I need to apologise to the court is because here at McKenzie Picave, we are McKenzie friends. And I am finding that as I go into the family court and the judges or indeed magistrates who are sat on the bench are becoming more and more affronted and offended by my presence in the court. Let me give you an example. I was in court very recently. I was representing a parent. On the other side of the room was a solicitor representing the other parent in a child matter. The judge entered the room, we rose, we sat down. The judge asked who was in the room. The solicitor for one parent introduced themselves. The judge then turned to me and said, "I believe you're a McKenzie friend." I said, "Yes, sir." And he said, "Then I don't expect to hear from you." And then he then turned his attention back to the solicitor. He and the solicitor then engaged in 20 minutes of conversation while they discussed the case, while they made decisions on the case, while they explored direction on the case. And at the end of the 20 minutes, they then discussed the date of the next hearing that they planned to have in order to move the case on. The judge afforded the solicitor opportunity to check his diary and also to check the diary of his client in order to see that they were both available for the next hearing. The hearing was agreed. The judge then turned to me and my client. He gave us no opportunity to engage in the conversation that had just been had. He gave us no opportunity to afford our opinion on the discussion that had just been had. He advised us fairly bluntly the date of the next hearing that we are required to attend. He then said to my client, "I strongly recommend that you find yourself a solicitor because McKenzie friends are just too limited and pointless to the family court." He then got up and left. So I apologise to him and I apologise to the family court for the fact that unfortunately McKenzie Friend is a legitimate legal instrument, and unfortunately not every parent who attends the family court, who has reason to attend the family court, and allow me to assure you at this stage that nobody does it deliberately, nobody does it through choice, but every parent who affords themselves the need to go to family court may not be able to afford a solicitor, may not be able to afford the expensive, some would say extortionate fees charged by solicitors. They may not wish to use the solicitor vehicle who will potentially protract their proceedings in order to accelerate the fee structure. They may choose to use the McKenzie Friend instrument, a legally accepted instrument for some 40 years. They may choose to come to McKenzie Picave, and if they come to McKenzie Picave, that client will be treated with the utmost respect. That client will be afforded the wealth of our knowledge and experience in the family court. That client will be emotionally and legally supported, and if that offends the family court, and if that offends members of the judiciary, then I'm sorry, but the mechanism is available. We will continue to support the mechanism, and we will continue to be insulted on an almost weekly basis by those judges who find that unfortunately we are outside the glee club, and that is not something they agree with. McKenzie Picave is a professional McKenzie Friend family law support practice, and we welcome any new client who wishes to work with somebody who cares. Thanks very much for watching. If you want to learn more about Daniel Picave Counselling, watch that video. If you want to learn more about McKenzie Picave Family Law, watch that video. And remember to subscribe, because 68% of you haven't. See you next time.